This is Pod Populi, podcast for the people.
Welcome to the Real Pink Diaries, a podcast about the beautiful chaos of figuring it out as you go.
Hosted by three close friends, each episode creates a safe space for honest, unfiltered conversations about the in-between moments of adulthood.
From building businesses to setting boundaries, we're here for all of it. With humor, vulnerability, and heart. It's not always polished or perfect. It's the Real Pink Diaries.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Real Pink Diaries. Hello. How are you doing?
Doing good.
I would say for part 2 of the Schitt's client list, Flagger or Baguette. Yay! So, Amie, what are we doing today?
So, it's a continuation of our last episode, which I'm very excited about. First, we are basically taking the characters from Schitt's Creek as our clients, bringing up fun little projects that we might do with them, and talking about their personality types and scenarios and how we deal with these clients. So we went over our perfect ideal client, Johnny, and our more red flags of Moira Rose and Roland Schitt. And now we're going towards the midline. The people who are kind of on both sides of that fence that you have to kind of navigate how to deal with their personality types. So that gray area client.
And we still have the green and red flags here with us.
Yes,
so
green and red flags.
we'll continue with that trend.
Yeah.
So Melissa, can you do a little overview of who this family and or characters are in case anyone hasn't seen the show?
Yes, they're all Canadian. They're super nice.
Are you going to read the overview?
Yes, but they are all Canadian.
Okay, great.
So
We love Canadian
Johnny
people.
Rose, he was a blockbuster-like entrepreneur and built a blockbuster-like empire. His wife was a soap opera star with an unidentified accent. And his children are David and Alexis.
Alexis.
David. So anyways, before we kind of talked about David and Moira, the parents, now we're getting into the kids' table.
Yeah.
And something happened with the business. They lost all their money. The government or someone took everything except for this one little town called Schitt's Creek. And they said, okay, you got to go there. So they went there because that's all they had. And the community of Schitt's Creek generously took them in, and they evolved over the 6-season show. I highly recommend watching it. It's great. And in the last episode, we talked about Moira and Johnny, but we also talked about Roland because he has just some wonderful things. So I really suggest y'all get it. Y'all go back to the first one and listen to that as well.
We'll leave the link here on the description.
So let's get into David Rose.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, here is the project type. David commissioned a live-work loft designed to serve as his personal apartment and curated gallery space. Key features include a perfectly lit wall for his artisanal sweater collection, an all-black kitchen, no, not charcoal, not onyx, actual black, and a statement staircase that doubles as a conversation piece for soirees. So here is some scenarios that David might get us into.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so he noticed a grout color is slightly off from what was promised. Red flag or green flag?
Well, it's like a perfectionist quality. So that's a red flag.
So is it?
It's a red flag, but we are all, I feel, perfectionists in our world.
We would probably do the same thing. I think I actually did that
thing.
I did that to my favorite contractor of all time, Don Friend. So if you ever need a good contractor, Don Friend is your friend. But there was something, he was redoing our bathroom, and I was so in nitpicking about everything. And I was talking about like how the tiles laid and how like the grout lines were different. He's like, Amie, I'm doing this first of all as a favor to you. You're a psychopath right now. Step back. Like, because we always talk to each other very, very honestly. And I love that about him. He's the best. He will treat you very nicely though. But that's our dynamic, my personal dynamic with him. And he was amazing, and like he let me know like where I'm going overboard, how I'm like becoming this crazy client of this perfectionist client, and I'm like, sorry. I like sent him like a wine, and I was like, please forgive me.
Yes. But you know, clients like this is could be a green and a red flag. I feel green, it could be, oh, maybe there's something that you missed that they catch you, right? And it could be like extremely perfectionist where there is, you know, they lose the logic and what they're trying to.
What the overall big
Yeah.
like goal is of this versus this like nitpicky random thing that has nothing to do with anything. Yeah,
Right.
it's not really that important.
Oh, so the
sure.
client. So basically, in this world, David does the punch list for you, which sure. So David has a background in design. He's curated a lot of different things. He gets the design. You all speak the same language. Red flag or green flag?
Oh my gosh.
Green flag.
Green flag.
Yeah. If anyone has a background, I hate to. I don't necessarily like this description, but like in our like the architecture study material, they'll say like someone's a sophisticated client, because I don't think someone that's not done a project is not sophisticated. It's just they're sophisticated. They know more
About this particular niche, yeah.
Yeah, so if someone has done anything and just has a little bit of background in it, it makes it so much easier if they just know a little bit more, you know?
Yeah, and I also think sometimes you can vibe with that and you're like, oh, what about this? What about that? Oh, that's a great idea. And then like things just come together naturally that is better than you probably could have done on your own. So it's really nice to have that sounding board in a client sometimes. It's very rare though.
They also don't necessarily have to be like having have done an architecture or sold a house. If they have just, it's weird like what can give people enough basis in what it is to understand what's going on. So they, every critique is a performance. This lamp is not just wrong. It's like a betrayal of who I am as a person.
Drama. So much drama.
Yeah, red flag. That's definitely from his mother's side. Yeah, he definitely is dramatic with his delivery and feedback. I would say I haven't had a client like that. I think that's more of a comic effect moment. But there are clients that are very nitpicky in general about things that, and you just have to, you know, there's a certain caliber of project where you do have to like think on that level. There are some that aren't that think they are. So it's like sometimes you have to weigh what type of project you're going with, because sometimes the grout line is important. You know, at the end of the day, it's what scale of project you're at.
Yeah, and you know, I fall into that sometimes. Like, this is what I said I wanted. Why is this different? Like, you know, sometimes it's like you put your, you get in that zone.
Expectations for sure need to be met and addressed early on of like what type of tier you want this, you know, deliverable to be.
Budget and expectations. You have to really balance and communicate. Okay, well, if you're going here at this much per square foot, you're going to get this. If you're going here at this much per square foot, this client is known to da 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 da.
And that's a tactic someone taught me is like when they ask for so much, I'm like, oh, that's such a great idea. Let's go to this price point then. If that's what you really want, let's do this. And then when they go, no. I'm like, okay, so you want to stay here? And I like get them to acknowledge that what they're asking for and what the, you know, cost price is isn't aligned. So like, where do you want to be? And I say, you know what, let's sit with it and figure out which tier of, you know,
of services.
Of service. Thank you.
Yeah.
You need.
Do you ever take any of your clients to like, if they're trying to decide who to go to, do they ever visit any of their like contractors' previous work to find out if they're comfortable with that level of delivery or not?
I've had someone look at previous projects, or I'll send them like certain addresses and say, look at this, look at that. It's a hit or miss, and I've only had to ask one client, she was fine with it because she was putting it on the market. If they can go inside. But it's like they can only see usually from the exterior what was done. So if it was an interior model, there's nothing I can really, you know, I have pictures,
Right.
you know? But
Okay, so he articulates what he wants. No vague, just make it pretty. He'll give you crystal clear Pinterest board, and we'll go on a rant, and he will communicate exactly what he wants. Red flag or green flag?
That's a green flag.
That's a green.
If all of us, we knew what we wanted.
Yeah.
What we want, and that just makes things really, really
There are
a lot
moments
smoother.
Yeah, there are moments when Pinterest is not real in the situation, though, and does not apply, and that will be our next topic. Yeah.
Okay, control issues. As a designer himself, collaboration can sometimes feel more like a turf war than a team project.
Oh my God, that's happened to me. Red flag. I will just say, yeah, that's when meditation and like on it. No, seriously, mindfulness practices come into play when it's just like you hit this frustrating point where you know anything coming out of your mouth is not going to help the situation, and you just kind of let them go on their little tangent of all the things that they want. Because like you are not in the headspace to address it at that moment in time, and that is okay.
Yeah.
So, and you will, you know, find that calm.
Yeah. Reconvene.
Yeah, reconvene.
Regroup,
Like, and I say, you know what? Let's. I hear what you're saying. Let me take that in, see if there's some things I can implement with what you're saying, and we can start this meeting at this time, whatever. And sometimes it does like take time to figure out the best approach with clashing ideas. It really does. Yeah.
Natalie, this is not a red flag or green flag scenario, but how do you embrace collaborations but yet set boundaries? You're the one with the license, they the client. Like, how do you have you ever had to
set a boundary?
Yeah, set a boundary, or really, make that clear, or, communicate your value as a professional license holder?
Well, I think it's part of educating the clients on your value, what the process is, what you do for them, and timelines, clear communication, honesty, and just trying to set, the boundaries. I will say it's hard to set boundaries in my industry because I could be working 24/7. I could be working on weekends. It's not like I have a set schedule, business hours, 9 to 5, in that sense. So, but there are ways to set the expectations, and I just clear communication on what they would, this situation, if they do this and that, or if we go this route, this is what may happen. This is my advice. And just hopefully you're working with a client that's willing to listen to your advice based on that you're a professional and they hire you because of that. So,
yeah.
What about you, Amie?
I mean, boundaries, I'm working on it. I really am. I'm working on it because I do love what I do, and sometimes I get too excited about design, and I'm like on my own, like doing more designs than I required. But I think communicating your value is important. Reminding them that I'm not someone that produces plans. I'm someone that advocates for you at the end of the day. I have your best interest at heart through this entire process, which isn't just me producing a plan. It's you getting the end result that you want after me when it goes to the reviewers and comes back, and I'm like fighting the reviewers to get, what you need because they're quoting a code that doesn't make any sense for this condition or whatever it is. Like, it's my expertise and knowledge you're paying for, not a product of plans, essentially, at the end of the day, because I am the one person in this like area that understands how to advocate for you.
Yeah. And the guidance.
And I think it's worth noting that both of you guys are licensed professionals. You're members of your professional organizations that have codes of ethics. You are in a service industry, and you are there to do the absolute best job you can to your clients. Okay, so we have another scenario.
Yes,
okay.
Alexis. Okay.
No, wait, we got more green flag. We got
one more.
Oh, yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
got too excited.
As he values, so David. He values craftsmanship, uniqueness, and will happily pay for the right shade of black.
Green flag.
Yeah, that's a green flag.
I mean, he's leading with his, what's important to him, and it's design at the end of the day. So you have to really find what's important to your client and stress that, like, maintaining that throughout this process is
the
really
non-negotiables.
Yeah, the non-negotiables, like clear from the beginning, like what's priority, what's not priority, what can be shifted, what has the room to play and doesn't is really important to understand with your client at the end of the day.
Yeah. So have you guys ever had to act more of as a therapist
All the time.
Oh my God.
All the time.
How can
We wear many, many hats.
so when
And I'm not qualified, let me just tell you.
Yeah, I'm only licensed to do real estate.
I think you sent me one person on Instagram, and I was like, and her thing is literally unlicensed therapist. That was in her description.
That's
So I mean, she's up front. But so like, how when you have to function as a therapist, how do you keep the project on track?
Well, you have to kind of make sure that your clients feels like their voice is heard. So you have to acknowledge what they're saying.
Listening a lot.
Yeah,
You have to
listening a
listen to what
lot,
they're
like
saying.
repeating back, I hear that you want this, but to achieve that, we have to do this, or whatever it is. So making sure that you are finding that alignment that I talked about in the beginning of last episode, finding that alignment with your client and making sure that you both are on the same page about the goals is important. But yeah, I've had especially when there's, a married couple that we talked about before that has two completely different ideas and they're like going at it. And then I'm like, why don't we table this idea for our next meeting? And so that you can argue behind the doors, or whatever it is. Cause I'm like, uncomfortably
it's
here.
uncomfortable, and it's not your job to be in between in the case of couples, right?
Yeah.
So it's definitely that's when the therapists really roll. Psychologists, therapists. Sometimes you have to do it, but just reading the room, listening a lot to what they have to say, and reading their personalities and the best way to approach the situation, blend the two things together, and sometimes, as you said, you just have to let them breathe. Just make the decisions among themselves and reconvene.
I would say reading personalities is very important in anyone's business because the way you approach one person might work and the way you approach another one isn't. So educating yourself about personality types is actually really critical, I think.
Have you ever had to, so the client comes to you with this Pinterest, I have to have this. I have to have this house, Natalie. I have to have this design feature, Amie. And for some reason, they just can't either get it or have it, or it's not in code. How do you kind of gently let them down, or how do you communicate to them? You can't. This will not work.
I think showing them the facts. I mean, in my case, it's easy. This is you want all of these in a 500,000 house. Well,
in this location,
yeah. So this is what's available, this price range in this area alone. So I think showing them the facts and the proof, the market, and the numbers. Is what helps me to, guide them towards what they could be a good fit. And also as part of me hire me as an agent, as a professional, is my expertise in the area and being able to find the closest to or what they want, a blend of all of that, right, in the area. Even if we have to go higher in the price, or maybe we have to find something that is not updated, but then it will eventually just have, be that vision of what they want.
Yeah, for me, it's a little different. For me, it's I have to prove to them and show them why it's a bad idea. So sometimes actually I have to do the bad design to explain to them, okay, this is what you wanted on a silver platter. And then when they recognize that, oh, this is not giving me what I want, I show them the correct design or another option for that actually does work for their space. So sometimes I have to do a little extra work to, again, it's a way of educating your client, because sometimes they don't take it at face value when you tell them this is not going to work. You have to show it to them sometimes.
Yeah. Okay, Amie, what are the takeaways for David?
Okay, so where is that? Okay, yes. Okay, so with David, you're managing exacting standards. Precision is everything. Double check everything. Embrace collaboration, but set boundaries. And translate their dramatic critiques into actionable design adjustments, not emotional spirals, which is kind of what I just touched on. If they critique something or they don't like something or they want something that's not going to work, you kind of have to show them and educate them how it doesn't.
Yeah, and I think the weird thing about David is that if you were to say we can't get the exact same the exact right shade of black for your whatever thing, he would come at you with okay, here it is, I found it. And then you would say, well, we can't, this is not in your budget. And then you would be like, okay, well, I called 50 different places and I found this one like solution.
Yeah, he's definitely resourceful for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's time for Alexis.
Yeah, so you got to hold your hands like this, like you're holding a bag, but you're not
Like this?
holding a bag.
This is what we
do? Yeah, you do this. Like Alexis does this light. And then also like a little bit Alexis. I'm a little bit...
I am not singing that. I am not.
I think one of the lines that I remember from it is, I'm a little bit single, even when I'm not. A little bit... a little bit.
Okay, enough of this. Oh, God. My favorite is one night when she goes, ew, David. It's like my favorite.
Oh
Ew, David. So anyway, so her project is the Bohemian Desert Resort, or retreat, I should say. Alexis commissioned an totally effortless retreat in Palm Springs designed to be both a wellness sanctuary and an Instagrammable lifestyle brand launchpad. Oh my goodness. Think infinity pool with floating flamingos, cactus gardens arranged for Instagrammable posts, and a meditation dome that doubles as a silent disco venue. Very her. Okay, so what scenarios would we get ourselves into with Alexis?
Okay, I think it's like important to kind of like call out a little bit of Alexis's like character arc because that affects her expertise and background. So when she first came in, she was like literally the party girl. She was like the early odds, Lindsay Lohan, Paris Hilton, out there living her best life, right? And then it all crashes down. And then she eventually gets her GED. And then she eventually gets her community college degree. And then she starts a marketing agency. So I think like that's kind of important to give you a background of like how her character out and her skills like with these
Hopefully we didn't just ruin the show for you.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's entertaining to watch. It's entertaining to watch. So go for it.
Every character, what makes all of these characters have just like character flaws, but through the 6 seasons, they all grow so much as individuals. It's really a rewarding show to watch.
Yeah, and extremely entertaining and hilarious.
Oh, it's so funny. It's so funny. And they're also nice because they're all Canadians. So she's endlessly enthusiastic. Every idea feels like the best idea ever. Yes, David. Until one sorry, let me read this again. Every idea feels like the best idea ever until the next one. But still, it's great energy.
I was in red flag for this one.
I think I'm going to hold up both.
Flag. Yeah.
It's a both.
Yeah, it's a both.
I mean, energy is good. Positive energy is always welcome.
Yeah.
But when it's just ongoing and it's decision-making issues, then it becomes a problem. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about this next situation where she spends too much time on social media. Everything is so shiny, so bright, so next, this, that. She's easily distracted by the latest social media, TikTok, Instagram inspo. 1 week it's from 2 years ago, Barbiecore. This week it is Labubu everywhere. Red flag or green flag?
Oh, that's a red flag.
Oh, yeah, it's a red flag.
By the way, what's the hype with Labubu?
I don't even understand it. I thought it was like a naughty word until I looked up what it was. Like I didn't know what was going
Google
on.
it today. I just see everywhere. I'm like, what is this?
It's bag charms are popular right now. I think
It's a what?
bag charms are popular right now because it's a lower price point thing that you can still get. That's kind of I don't know.
But I think is that what I read today was they're a collectible items. It's like the collector fever. So you don't know what you get in the boxes, and and some of the little and it's based on a book. They're characters from a book.
Oh,
yeah, and then they're selling for like people go crazy, I guess, and you can find like really like rare ones.
I didn't know it was
very expensive. People pay like high prices. I don't know.
Oh, I thought it was more like a Beanie Baby face where you knew what you were getting. The fact that it's a surprise.
Yeah.
Whoa, they must be making so much money.
Yes.
I think I've seen people do unboxings. You'll get
It's
like
like
a
blind boxes.
Oh
I
my
think they
goodness.
call it.
You get a box of 6, and it's like a group that you could get a group of it, but you don't really know what you're going to get. So you get it, and you open it up, and then you tear it out, and then it's
So you
got
have to
this
keep buying if you're collecting.
Awful. Like it's a great industry for whoever created these Labubu things, but
Good idea, right?
Jesus.
But in y'all's industry, like in architecture and in real estate, real estate probably moves faster than architecture.
Oh yeah.
But
oh yeah.
but you can't keep up with, you can't.
I mean, yeah, when there's like trends, they will go out of fashion. So you have to maintain more of like this is a timeless look that can be paired with some things you like instead of like the main focus, you know? So I feel like that's really important to distinguish. When you walk into like an all gray house, that was like the millennial gray, as they call it, is a thing, you know?
Yeah.
Some of the millennial gray houses still look great though. Like you walk into.
Well, you're also a millennial, okay?
No, but you know what I'm saying. Like it just depends on how it's executed. I also think it's like anything. It's like, why are you making the choice to do that? Is it because it's trendy, or are you making that choice because that is the right choice?
Or it's just what you like at the end of the day. It's an opinion. So it has to align with what your client wants.
Yeah.
If they want Rococo style, that's what they're gonna get.
Yeah, Rococo. That sounds like fun. I'm sorry, Natalie. Did you have anything?
No.
Okay. She's trend savvy. She has her finger on the pulse of what's hot online.
The latest trend.
Which can spark playful, fresh design directions.
It's a both mostly. Yeah.
It's a bit dangerous.
I mean,
it's risky.
Yeah, it is risky. I will say trendy things, I mean, everybody's going to want them and then they're going to change them out later. That's how like the industry makes money at the end of the day. But making sure it is important to your client versus something they're going to regret is also important. I think, with these gray clients, which is like, you don't know which way they're going to go, both of these things are very positive and very negative because it does spark a fun new thing to do that you might have not done before, and you're kind of pushing yourself as a designer or whatever profession you're in. But at the end of the day, it's like, is this going to be replaced in 2 years? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Are you going to fill in with concrete your sunken conversation pit?
Yeah.
Are you going to be okay with that?
Yeah.
But I also think, like, at least with design, it's like, okay, what is the trendy, like, decisions are we making? Are we making a trendy, paint decision? No big deal. You're going to paint. Yeah.
Quick fix.
Yeah. I think like you think about like the lifespan of things, right? Mm-hmm. Like, okay, what is how long does tile last? I don't know. But if you make a tile, like you kind of think about what you're making a choice about and how long it's going to last,
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why you need a professional. I think extremely valuable because who knows? I mean, they know the history and what is like a life. How you say?
Life cycle cost, or
it's forever. It's not a trend. It's not gonna go old. It's so you need a professional to guide you. Like even this is the latest trend and this looks like very hot and beautiful and sparkly, whatever. Is it really in a year from now
gonna last and
it's
be
gonna
sparkly?
Last and 2 years from now. So
that was something that was going on with the client I had.
Timeless. That's the word I was trying to find. Yeah.
That's something I had to deal with was when they wanted shiny tile in their bathroom. Guys, do not put that in your shower. Do not put shiny tile in your shower. You will see all of the watermarks. You have to clean it constantly. And it was just these Instagrammable things of, ooh, it's shiny and sparkly and da-da-da. And I'm like, this is not going to last. You're going to throw this out within 2 years because you're not going to want to clean. So every single day, all the fingerprint marks and oh my God. Yeah. Okay, sorry, that was a big tangent.
I think another, what was I going to say about that? I can't remember what it was.
You'll think of it.
Yeah, I'll think about it 3 likes down. Okay. Budget blindness. Champagne taste with kombucha budget. Sorry.
How much is it if we get just one crystal bathtub?
Yeah. If you just do one crystal bathtub, is it going to be okay? Yeah. Completely does not understand the value of money. Or a dollar.
I remember what it was. So I think the internet is for cats and for real estate, for Zillow and for cat videos because they're entertaining, and Zillow, I love looking at the houses. Yeah. I always like the houses that haven't been renovated.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, oh my God, so much money, so much work. And it's like what went to my head.
It's like the people that are flipping houses that are not making decisions based on like,
Oh, you mean like a fixer-upper?
Yeah. I'd rather have the unrenovated houses that I could actually like curate. Well, not necessarily make money, but curate. I mean, I'm not buying a house.
Just build it to your style, to your taste, and that's what sometimes it's a great option because you get it for a lower number, maybe fitting within your budget, and then you can then build up to where you want it to be.
But you also have to understand the business. Like at the end of the day, you don't want to price yourself out of the community. Like you don't want to spend these like really,
that's
really
why you need a
expensive
professional.
things. Yeah, you don't want to make a really like Taj Mahal, but you can only
overspend, and overbuild in the area.
But like the comps around, you can't like offload it for like
you don't want
spent
to put
way
300,000 and then you're gonna lose money when you
Yeah, but the houses that haven't been renovated, they're not with the millennial gray, like the cheapest things. Like the houses that have maybe been renovated because someone's been living in it and loving it might actually have this crystal bathtub because it's not about how long you're going to live or how they're going to sell it. It's about they want this crystal bathtub. So back to, did we say if this was a red flag or a green flag?
I don't even remember.
So how much is it if we get one crystal bathtub?
Red flag for one crystal bathtub. I will say it like bringing people down to earth and really bringing back the budget conversation with certain decisions is important. Like bring it back to basics. There are moments where I'm like, I need to actually discuss this with, a structural team to let you know how intense this option would be for you. And we won't know that till the next phase. So we'll keep this as an option in the back burner, but let's have a backup plan moving forward. And then we can present the two to them so that we can move forward quickly if you're on a timeline crunch,
Yeah, so we might be we can't do the crystal bathtub.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do
not advisable.
What about an acrylic bathtub?
Plastic? No.
There's
Who
all
wants
sorts,
plastic.
There's all sorts of acrylic. Like what are
Missy, okay. Let's not talk about bathtubs
there's
right now.
bathtubs that are cast iron, and then what's the other material they make?
Stone?
No, there's the like vinyl ones. I don't
know what we're talking about.
I don't know either. Okay, Alexis. Okay, so Alexis, as we said, she's a natural connector. Alexis is likely to tag, share, casually mention your firm to her 2 million closest friends. She brings visibility and maybe future clients in.
I guess everybody will agree.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Green flag.
Green flag.
Anyone that you can reach other people with is gold.
And I'll do the same. I mean, being in the business, you value so much that from your clients or people you don't work for, that you do the same with the vendors you work with, and you want to also, if you had a great relationship with them, a great experience, you want to let your clients know about that, your friends, even, your closest, even yourself for projects. Yeah. So just helping the other professionals also.
Yeah, like I wish I'd went to the dry bar today instead of trying to style my hair myself because it looks crazy.
By the way, fully recommended.
Yeah, go to the dry bar.
Dry bar is an amazing experience. They are all wonderful girls. It's like a family. You get there, you're so spoiled, and
it's amazing.
Great service.
So surface level focus prioritizes what looks good in a selfie over what actually functions long term.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a red flag. Mm-hmm. Red flag.
All right, some of the questions about Alexis. How do you balance giving a client what's on trend now versus what will still look good in 5 years?
We kind of touched base on this, but essentially you have to pair what they want with what will also last. So like if it's like doorknobs that can be changed simply, that's one thing, or whatever, like pieces of elements of what they want. And if they are really insistent, you sometimes have to let go of the project and let them make the mistake because it's important to them. And at the end of the day, they're the ones living in it. So it's like you can guide them so far, but there's a point where you're just like, give up a little bit and you're just like, this is your choice, Yeah.
What's the craziest ever ask or funniest ever ask you've ever?
I don't know if it's funny. We're putting an elevator in a home right now, but there's different elevators that have like, it looks like a tube from the Jetsons that looks, it's the best way to describe it because it's like all glass and this thing pops in and out. And that was changed from a regular one to one of those tube ones. And it was like, it did not go with the decorum at all. So it's like, okay, you saw this at a wherever, and this is what we're putting in now. Like they already bought it, so that's what's happening. And it's like you weren't advised or brought into the decision making at a point where it made sense, so you just kind of roll with it. So yeah, they have a Judy Jetson little tube thing in their house.
I've seen those.
Yeah.
So is it?
I mean, sometimes it makes sense. Like, not to knock that product.
Yeah.
If it makes sense in your space, great. This did not, because it was like, it just didn't.
So your client got the crystal elevator.
Yeah, basically. She got the thing that she wanted. I mean, if she's happy, at the end of the day, if your client is happy, that's the goal.
Yeah.
You might have a differing opinion of like, oh my God, this is crazy. But that is what you have to keep in the back of your mind and maintain.
Yeah.
Like, it's not about you getting your way or you feeling validated. I mean, sometimes it is. But it's really about what you can do for them and how you can prioritize their needs and advocate for them. So at the end of the day, if they are happy, great.
Yeah, that's what they want.
Yeah.
Do you have any?
I
Weird
had
asks?
I will say yes, but in real estate, you wear many hats, and I go above and beyond for my clients, and I do even things that are not related with real estate. Like I've done so many creative things for my clients, like from like doing, helping them washing things and helping me cleaning the house and just doing shopping and just carrying their bags and groceries. And there's so many requests that sometimes.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I have one little story. Okay. About that. Because, like, I am a professional with a license, not your assistant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was the beginning of my career when I didn't say no to a lot of things. And you have a different relationship because, like, it's different for you.
Setting boundaries, but I have to set boundaries.
Yeah, it's not setting. We are working on that, right?
Yeah.
But this one client, she was going off to New York. We're in Florida, and there's a lot of clients that like are snowbirds and go back and forth between New York and here. And she recognized that when she went there, she packed all her quote unquote Florida clothes, which is a bunch of color and fun and tropical. And she called me because she knew I would be in her house. And she asked me to go to her closet and pack all of her black and white and more New York clothes into a bag to ship to her. Not gonna lie, I did it.
Of course.
So yeah, that boundary was not set, but she got her clothes and thanked me. So happy client, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Of course. Yeah, I know.
Well, also I think like with sometimes it's okay. Sometimes it's a weird thing and it's okay. And like with you, like washing the dishes or grabbing the things,
A lot of times, and towels and getting it ready for her. And sometimes you have to do what you have to do.
Yeah. I mean, like you could have like a showing coming in 5 minutes, and you got to grab the stuff out of the car and get it ready.
I, all the time. Like if I'm gonna show a property and there's something that's wrong, I mean, you just fix it right there. Even if that means you have to like organize, you have to clean, you have to do whatever.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it's the goal to sell the house.
Yes.
So you have to make it look good, right?
And you're there for your clients too. And you want to make sure you're presenting the property the best way in that situation. By the way, really tangent here, really quick. Why New York is everybody, and it's completely true. Every time I dress black and white, I'm like, where are you from? Why they dress white and and black a lot?
It's just the vibe. It's just a completely different. It's more professional. It's not as relaxed. It's more
neutral.
It's more like business oriented mindset of like, New Yorkers are said to be quote unquote rude, but technically I'm from New York and I'm a more what they call a straight shooter, like someone who just tells you the way it is instead of like building or fluffing things around, like, going around, beating around the bush. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a different mindset. And when you're dressed in black, you feel more sophisticated sometimes. So yeah, it's a more sophisticated level of lifestyle rather than like, going to the beach and being more relaxed and having these options that are very different wavelength and vibe.
But it's also you dress to reflect your environment, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So there are, like in New York, they actually have seasons.
Like your summer.
Yeah. So you'll have like when we get our like the national, like in Florida, we get winter clothes. We'll get like in the Diller, not necessarily Dillers because that's a Southern chain, but like if you have a chain, they're going to be sending out like their stuff. So you walk in there and you'll see like the winter colors are not as bright as like the summer colors, right? Whereas if it's a Florida-based company like Lily
But
Pulitzer.
there are other states that they also have winter and not have the seasons. I don't feel they wear as much black or white as New York. I mean, it's a thing that people tag as a New Yorker. Like that's their style.
Well, it's also, again, you dress like when we were in Savannah. I noticed that like the light in Savannah. If you watch what is that, Baywatch? Not
Interesting.
the movie. Okay, so if you watch Baywatch, half of it was recorded in Miami, half of it was recorded on Tybee in Savannah. And you can see the difference in the scenes based on the light quality. Savannah has a different quality of light than in Miami, right? Miami's brighter, a little bit different. It might not be as noticeable, but I
You're
noticed,
such a designer right now.
well, like
the quality of light.
I was able to watch it. I mean, it's the with The Rock, and he was in the remake movie. This is the one
we're talking about the remake?
The
Okay.
remake, yeah. Because so I could, but I mean, we lived in Savannah, so I could say, okay, that's Savannah, that's Miami, that's a da 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 da.
But yeah, no. But at the end of the day, regardless of which light is vibing from the sun, it is a factor. I agree. But I also think like it's a mindset. It's like a certain when you talked about dressing and mindset,
success.
dressing for success. It's more of a sophisticated look. It has a different energy and movement to it. So at the end of the day, we're not on vacation in New York.
We're going.
We're making things happen.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay, this is another tangent. I know this is getting a little long, but I remember my experience of recognizing when I moved to Florida when I went into a Subway. In New York, it is you give an order and there is an assembly line precision practice of everything like boom, boom, this, that, the other. And it's out because they have so many people coming through in one space that you get your sandwich within like 2 minutes. I stopped on Alligator Alley going from the East Coast to the West Coast of Florida at this Subway place. It took 45 minutes to get a sandwich.
Oh my
and I was like, yep, we're in Florida now.
I mean, that,
like it was, I have never experienced anything like it. It was I like the anxiety and frustration that I had, and I
hear a lot of that from my New Yorker clients.
They're just
when
like,
they are going through renovations here and all of that, they make comments like that everything takes longer.
It's a process that we're not used to.
But I do think, Amie, that's in a small town. If you were to go into a random small town in New York, you probably would have a slower experience than in New York City.
I mean, yes, but there's still a mindset that's different. But anyway, not to knock one or the other. I think we're getting off on a way different tangent.
So, Amie, do you mind if I kind of take us into the next part?
Sure.
Okay. So we've talked about red flags and green flags. It's good to know when you're getting in, or when y'all are considering a client, what are red flags, what are green flags? Can you handle the red flags? Are the green flags, and like you're doing this calculation in your head. And let's say you've identified that this, for whatever reason, this project, this client is not a good fit, okay? And you might even refer them out. Like you say, you know what? I think we're going to... Not that they're... No one really...
This is your problem to deal with now.
No, you do know, I mean, y'all know the temperaments and you know the people around you. So you might say, you know what? I think that they would... It might even be a great client, but you know that they would be so much happier with this other person. Mm-hmm. Like y'all would be good together, but they would be great with this other person. Mm-hmm. How do you gracefully and respectfully decline a project?
It's you recognize that they don't align with the way you work or the value you provide. So there's different sectors of our industries, right? And we all find our little niches. So figuring out like, okay, I don't do that, but I know someone else that does that, as you said. But also it's sometimes my easy go-to is like, I'm just too busy. Like I'd love to take your project on, but and that's generally true. Like because I'm like, if I have to put time into this thing that I don't do so often, this person would be better for you. I think it would just cause me to be busier than I need to be, where they can produce it a lot faster, whatever it is. But yeah, I definitely say I just don't think it's a right fit. We don't provide that service. This is something you would like, so stuff like that. To be like, if you want this, go somewhere else, essentially.
Yeah, similar in my situation. You will say, you know, I'm busy right now. I can't really dedicate the time that your project or your home will require. So I would, you know, you could do the referral, just let them choose another person, go do the research and move on to a different person, but politely. And also you can be upfront if it's very upfront and say, it doesn't seem a good match to work together. So I would, you know, just find
I've
someone
used that.
else.
Yeah,
Sometimes
it's
you
not
have
the
to
best
be-
fit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very clear, and that's what you do. But you always try to be, in anything you do, any communication, be kind and polite, always.
I think it's harder when they're already your client and you have to fire them. I feel like that's the harder conversation.
Yeah.
It's like, this isn't working out. I think we're both speaking past each other. We're not in alignment
And
with
sometimes
what we're doing.
that's what they need to get back on track.
Yeah, sometimes it does set them straight. I will say that. But it's more of the fact of acknowledging that I might not be the right fit for you.
Right.
You know, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's not that you're not the best fit for me, but I might not be the best fit for you. So go find that person that's going to do what you want.
Yeah.
Good luck. No, I'm kidding.
I think
And the finger now.
Not really. Not so much.
I'm just
because at the end of the day, like, it's nice to not have that stress on you. Because both people are stressful.
As you grow, that's one of the things that you learn, and that's how you then can afford to say no to things and truly find your people, the clients you want to work with.
I think, and also that if you can come at it, now it's a little bit harder when you're in a recession, but if you can come at it that a rising tide lifts all boats, right? I'm not the best person for you. You need to go talk. This person over here is going to be way better. Y'all are just going to mesh.
Yeah.
Do we have time to get into the last one?
What's the last one?
If you were going to do a project or work with any character from Schitt's Creek, who would you say yes to? Who do you think would be a good fit for you?
I mean, Johnny.
Yeah, he's a dream client.
I think honestly,
I work with.
I work with all of them.
Yeah.
I think sometimes Roland becomes, even though he might have a smaller project and he's like a wild card, you can kind of find the alignment and loyalty in there. And I'd rather have a client that's loyal than a client that's crazy. Yeah.
I think all of these, I mean, again, it's a fabulous show. All of these characters are written really well and have a lot of redeeming characters, even though some of them might be a little bit much.
All right. So, is there anything else that we want to add?
No, I think this was a fun little episode.
Thank you all for listening and watching if you're watching this on YouTube. But you can connect with us on Instagram. We have all the links there. That's the best way. Easy. Go there and you'll find us.
Yes, and we're on. Please like and subscribe and review on your platforms that you're watching on or listening on. Also, please check out our YouTube channel. We release the YouTube a week after the audio. So if you want to see us in our all black funeral attire, I'm joking, in our Moira attire inspired, and actually see the red and green flag.
Yes, we'll be there.
Yeah. Oh, we would love to have you over there. And reach out, please. Instagram, our Instagram inbox is probably our best place, but reach out, comment. We would love to engage with y'all if there's anything that you would like us to talk about or anything that you would like us to explore.
We'd love to hear your feedback for sure.
Yes, ma'am.
See you guys.
See
Bye.
ya.
The Real Pink Diaries.
Thank you for listening. We had so much fun, and we'll look forward to spending time with you in the next episode.
Please subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at The Real Pink Diaries. You can also find us on YouTube. Check out our show notes for additional ways to connect with us.
See you next time.
Bye.